What's up, guys? I have a based Steven Crowder clip for you today. This is Steven Crowder getting honest with some black men in a barbershop talking about black fatigue. This is one of the most based Steven Crowder clips I've maybe ever seen, besides him yelling at his ex-wife. That was also awesome. Steven Crowder gets honest with some black Americans.
I don't know if you guys were following the stabbing there on that train in Charlotte, Irina Zarutska. Last time I was asking where you guys thought we were, you know, as far as in the country relation. Like, have you guys heard of the term black fatigue? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys know what that means?
Since the last time you came, that's become a thing.
Yeah, I was about to say that's just become a recent thing.
And do you know what it means?
No, I'm not sure.
I'm going to ask that.
Yeah, it's a term that's being used by people in the white community, by and large, again, saying they feel like they've been victimized and they're tired of taking that shit. You know, that was a girl who was dying alone in public. And that was a guy who was let out 14 times. 14 times, including violent crimes, in the name of racial justice, right? He didn't have to post bail. He didn't have to appear back in court. This is not the first time he's assaulted someone.
How do we know that was in the interest of racial justice as opposed to just being a
because the judge said it.
A fucked up attempt at justice, period.
Yeah.
Because all reform for justice, all bail reform, this is all for black people. That's all to appease you guys, all of that. Justice system would be much harder on crime if we weren't trying to be nice to black people. That's how we know it was racial, that this guy was let out 14 times.
Like, the legal system has its flaws.
Yeah.
And people have been making complaints about that for decades.
The legal system has its flaws because of you guys. You guys demand it become flawed so that you can get let out when you commit crime, all right? It's a joke. Our justice system's a joke.
Right, but that's just, to me, that's a mental health thing more than it's a black and white thing.
Well, I'll tell you why, because white people are saying it now.
Right.
Not just white people are saying, hey, we're in
makes it a bigger thing.
Well, because, you know, white people are 12 times as likely to be killed by a black person than the other way around. I'm just going to shoot you straight. It's not even close.
Where?
Across the country.
Where? Not in
the United States. I mean, we're not talking about Ghana.
And like,
yeah.
What I'm saying is, in white communities or in quote unquote so-called white communities,
across the country, the rate is a black man or person, because most murder is men. There are very few female murders. 12 times more likely to kill a white person the other way around. And then you look at the average amount of times that someone in this country is arrested before they're brought in for killing, charged with murder. Do you know how many times they're arrested on average before they murder? 11 times.
Once again, the justice system's got its flaws, and people have been complaining about that for years. We spend more time trying to fix that than trying to complain about the white versus black of it all.
Well, I think, just like I was trying to listen to all communities last time, I think this is something that's unavoidable. If this community, if enough white people get pissed off, they're going, look, we're living in New York now, we're getting killed in record numbers, or Detroit, 12 times the rate. And our system, 3 strikes in California, right? That was a 3-strike policy. The reason that was changed, they said it was racist. Crime went down in black communities 30%. But now people are looking at their cities going, this is a fucking hellscape. And the murder is skyrocketed because people said in the name of racial justice, like, 3 felonies, you're out.
Because crime is crime, right? But crime is usually going to be higher concentrated in areas where there's high poverty. So typically the areas that's high poverty in this country are areas with people with this color skin. So that's why you're going to have that. That's why I said those numbers could be skewed and made to manipulate to look like, oh yeah, that's why I said in
not at 12 times the rate.
In suburban neighborhoods, white people are not in danger, and that's what this kind of fear mongering tells them, is that you're in danger.
Black people cannot take accountability. This is a woman. You may as well be a. Women are better at taking accountability than black people, dude.
Because you're 12 times more likely to get killed by a black person. You live in fucking. Ain't nobody coming after you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody tripping on you. But these people are just as scared as the other folks.
They are if they get on a bus.
Not necessarily.
They are if they get on a train.
That lady wasn't in danger because that man was black. That lady was in danger because that man was crazy.
Nope.
That man was mentally insane.
But why was he back on
family members? He had his own family members call the hospital to try to get him committed. He told his sister he killed that woman because he thought she was trying to read his mind.
Yep. Why was he let out, though? And I'm not saying it's because he's black. Yeah, I'm saying people look at it, though. The judge said
part of black fatigue.
He's insane, right? We agree.
That's not a black and white issue.
He was deemed not fit to stand trial, right?
Right.
Now,
should
the
have been
IOU
institutionalized.
Right. The IOU policy, meaning you don't have to pay bail. You don't even have to stay here until you're actually convicted. You just say you'll come back.
Right,
That was the
which
14th
is
time.
messed up.
Yeah,
Which
the
is messed
judge,
up.
Teresa Stokes, black woman, said, well, this is about racial justice. We need to be softer on crime. So that's her reasoning. That's why he was out. And you can find dozens of examples.
That's her misguided reasoning.
And that's policy.
But that's
like you said
systemic,
earlier,
though,
that's
right?
not representative of a whole.
It's not. It's
Right.
not. No, and look, we always have to say not all.
Right.
Like, not all white people wear MAGA hats and are dumbass pieces of racist shit. But we have all been accused of racism, sexism, misogyny, homophobia. What I'm saying is black fatigue is white people going, you know what? I know I'm not racist. And I know that we're dealing with record crime, and I know that I'm more at risk. And they have negative interactions, and they're constantly told that they're not allowed to voice their fucking opinion because they're white. And if those people get pissed off, like that's where we actually could end up with some kind of, I'm telling you, I see this brewing. I see people who were milquetoast white suburban who are becoming actually racist. Now, not all of them, but I've seen people actually become racist because they get mugged, their store gets looted, and
Okay, well, I don't agree with Crowder that racism is bad. I think racism is normal and natural, and everybody's racist. This is a made-up word. This is a made-up word. I don't hate anyone because of the color of their skin. It's the crime I don't like. There's plenty of great black people. But in general, the black people are more dangerous than white people, okay? By far, all right? And we're tired of hearing about it. We're tired of them asking us for reparations. Tired of the nasty glares.
and nothing gets done. They're going, and if I say something, it's turned into a racing. I'm telling you what, that's where it's coming from. At what point do we have a talk and go like, okay, let's reform justice, but we have to be honest as to why it was reformed in the first place. This guy, it's not even the only one. It's every 3 days someone's being offed.
Yeah, but at the same time, let's transfer that over to, there's a lot of unsafe things in this world. Like getting mugged by a black person is not the paramount unsafe thing. There's school shootings, there's road rage, there's all of that shit.
Yep.
And the primary people that commit a lot of those are people who don't have this skin.
No.
So if switch it over, if black people say, well, we getting fed up and we tired of all these school shootings and all of these road rage and all that, who do we say something to? Who hears our voice?
And when does the white fatigue kick in?
And when does the white fatigue kick in?
Well, we've been hearing
Who
about
hears
white,
us?
that's the point, right? We've been hearing about it all our lives, about white fatigue, about systemic discrimination.
nothing's
I'm
ever
Canadian,
been
right?
done. That's the
You're
problem.
correct. It
It's
has been
still
done.
here.
That's why we've done systemic justice reform that has led to more crime, right? That's the reason for no three-strike policy. That's the reason for cashless bail. That's the reason for catch and release. The reason for it, in the wake of Black Lives Matter, George Floyd riots, Summer of Love, was we're going to reform crime, we're going to reform the justice system, and it's gotten worse everywhere it's been. And then when white people leave those neighborhoods, well, now it's white flight. If they come in, it's gentrification. And I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who are pissed off, and they're not going to sit down and have this conversation and be real about it. And they're going, well, what happens when someone has to keep their mouth shut about everything?
Nobody tell you have to keep
That's
your
how they
mouth
feel.
shut.
That's how they feel.
I don't believe white people have to keep their mouth shut. I think white people don't speak up about a lot of the things that they do and they perpetuate that affects us negatively. That's the stuff that nobody wants to.
Oh, yeah? What are white people doing that affect you negatively? We're paying for your Section 8 housing. We're paying for your food stamps. We're getting your kids into colleges they don't deserve to get in. What exactly are you tired of? Where's this white fatigue coming from? What excuse does a black person have for hating white people in 2025? Slavery? You gonna tell me it's slavery? Shut the fuck up. Holy shit.
The issues aren't made about those things. I really respect the platform that you have because you do have open and honest conversations. And I have to say, I don't believe that those numbers about the black people murdering white people are correct. I don't believe those numbers are correct.
What if they are? What if I'm not lying to you?
If you're not, then I've been misled and I've been isolated from realistic numbers. But I know in this country, from the time that we got here and until now, there's never been hordes of black people that just go out and maraud and menace white people. Interactions happen and things do occur. I'm not saying that they don't, but not by and large in number. We can't be this smaller percentage of the overall population and still have the numbers that people try to perpetuate onto us. See, black people do more harm to other black people than we do to other white people.
Well, that's true. That's true. Because people who are close. That's
And
true.
we also have historical evidence of groups of white people attacking and chasing black people.
So it's
coming after.
So
Like,
when people
we have
say
historical
it's not
evidence
happening
of it.
now.
So when
I'm just saying,
and that's the point. Is we're at a
that's-
precipice right
That's
now.
a part of the historical condition.
Well, sure, but someone today who's,
Hold on.
Yeah,
I
hold on,
wasn't
Big
finished
Mike,
making
go.
my point.
Sorry,
I
bro.
wasn't finished making my point. You know, when like I said, black fatigue, that's the newest mantra that's been put out into society to make people think that, okay, they tired of black people. They tired of what you said, that we can't say anything about black people. We can't do. Well, when you hold all the power, when you hold all the economic rights, when you hold all the things that make this country move, when you're in charge of those things, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? I put it like this. Black people, white people got the firecrackers, we got the stem. That's it. Y'all got the power. The power is placed outside of the black community. We're charged with all.
I mean, we create the power. We are the cattle. We are the Shabbos Goy working that make the country rich, but who actually controls the country, bro? It's not white people. Or if it is white people, they're white traitors, because our government hates white people. Hate on white people if you want, but it's like cliche. It's just like, oh, another black person that is upset about slavery and hates white people. What else is new, you know? And please subscribe to this channel. Also, if you want to support my work, follow me on, if you like the short form content on Instagram, my short form content hits much bigger numbers than the long form content. I'm getting the word out. I'm radicalizing the youth, waking them up to race and women. Sometimes I talk about Jews, but I mostly stick to going after women and minorities. So if you want to support the work I do in radicalizing the youth, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and subscribe to Censored TV. And I have a show behind the paywall that you can watch, the Woman Propaganda Show. High effort show. We put work into that show. I think it's very entertaining. I think you would like it, so check that out. And I love you, and thank you for watching.